I prefer the stock one. There you go. It's opening. So we're going to leave the station right here. Wait a little bit, right? What I like about the Corsair is that it's high with the wings retracted, but it's not very broad actually. So you don't need to wait for the doors to be completely open. And we are leaving Seraphim Station. So pressing Alt K, and now the wings are deploying. It looks wonderful. And I'm really lucky here because the mission that I took is taking place in the asteroid belt of Yela. So that means there's no need to worry about going down planet side, especially at night, checking if maybe there's some cargo left. Because usually the ships that get destroyed, they eventually crash on the planet's surface and they lose a lot of their cargo, so that's quite a bummer. Sometimes, of course, they're in soft-death mode and they end up upside down. Actually, very often they end up upside down, and that's also very annoying too. And then you cannot even open the doors and get the cargo that's inside the ship, so you end up having no choice but to blow up that ship, losing some of that cargo as well, and that is also annoying too. So what am I going to do here? Well, we have master modes in 3.24.1 with whatever guys think about master mode. Well, let me know in the chat or the comment section down below. But the thing is that I'm going to go quickly first in travel mode, and then it's going to be in combat mode. I'm scanning the area, see if there's any indication about the hostiles that we're going to be facing here. It can be anything. It can be a bunch of fighters. It can be some fighters and a bigger ship. It can be several bigger ships. Looks like we have a Caterpillar, a Karak. Okay, I only see 2 ships so far. Caterpillar, Karak. I don't know about the 3rd ship yet. It could be... the other day I had an Ares, which was Ares Inferno, which did a lot of damage to my Corsair. So, yeah, that was not very fun. I mean, it was interesting, right? It's also something that I like, right? It's like you have to be quite tactical. You have to do the best decisions possible. Like, otherwise, you know, maybe you're going to be destroyed. Right? So it's 3-on-1. So technically, I'm at a disadvantage there, and I'm going to have to choose the best tactical options if I want to prevail in this fight. Looks like the 3rd ship is a C2 Hercules. It's definitely a Hercules series. I guess that we'll see, right? So the ships are already in attack position, but I am also in attack position. I'm already losing a little bit of shield. That's okay. It is a C2 Hercules indeed. Now, something that I was going to say here is that it seems that the ship has been nerfed a little bit, or at least the capacitors have been nerfed, right? Because I remember in the past we could fire lots of rounds, at least 20 rounds, right, in the capacitor of the Corsair. But now, if I deploy the wings, it's only rounds of 8 shots, and then we have to wait for the capacitors to regenerate. And this also... oh no, I've lost the wing already. Gee, how is that possible? This, the front shield is already down, so I'm gonna have to run away a little bit, get to wait for my shields to come back. So yeah, so I think it's an interesting... I'm going to say something that a lot of people are going to hate. I know Diplo is here. He's going to leave the chat after I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And I'm really sorry, but this is the way I think. What this reminds me of having to maneuver your ship and having to avoid enemy fire and going in the fight, leaving the fight, going back and managing your capacitors. This reminds me a lot of combat gameplay in Skull and Bones. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if it, you know, I'm gonna get ratioed. It's okay. You want to ratio me on YouTube? That's fine. You want to leave the chat on Twitch? That's okay. But this reminds me a lot of how I play Skull and Bones, which I uninstalled, by the way. So that's maybe not a very good sign. But the way that you just do your hit and runs, go towards your ship, maneuver around, go towards your enemy, maneuver around them, you know, fire your guns, do some extra maneuvers, get back into a position to fire your your guns again, and make sure that you all continuously perhaps have something to fire. So one type of firing group on one side, another group of another firing group right after. You can alternate them, mix them together, and then alternate again. All of that reminds me a lot of how I fought in Skull and Bones. Now, you guys, I know it's a Ubisoft game. It's not a game that has the best reputation or the most praised combat mechanism. I like it personally. And that's maybe why I also had an interesting experience here, fighting here, those ships in the asteroid belt, but that's the way I see it, and people are absolutely going to be hating me for saying that. Anyway, we are going back into the fight here, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to try to alternate firing group 1 and firing group 2 and get some decent shots here on the shield of that Karak. The idea is, of course, making sure that the shields do get depleted eventually. I really wonder why they are not firing at me, because those turrets here should be wrecking me, just like what they did. Yeah, that's why I had to run away a little bit, because the turrets of the Karak were doing a lot of damage. But it seems like, I don't know, maybe I made the turrets inoperable in my first attack run. That's a possibility as well. I mean, I've been in the Karak with the crew, with the Red Club, and sometimes, yeah, the turrets ended up being damaged and not functional. So maybe this is something that happened here. It's actually a rather fragile ship, the Karak, at least from my experience here. We got into lots of different combat situations here with the Rat Club, and very often the Karak ended up in completely red, and we had to repair it, or we had to be extra careful, or we eventually died, right? So it's a ship that can do a lot of damage if it is properly armed and properly crewed, but it's also a ship that can take not a lot of damage, I would say, if you know what you're doing with it. You can see already the shields are gone on 2 sides. That's wonderful. And probably very soon it's going to go into soft death mode, which is, we'll just leave it there. If it goes into soft death mode, it's probably the first ship that I'll be checking out, see if there's anything good taking inside, and then we'll just abandon it, right? It's a shame that it didn't come with a vulture or a reclaimer, because yeah, there would be a lot of money to make out there with all of these ships. Right. Oh, there we go. That's it, in soft death mode. All right. So let's continue out there, and we are going to be fighting this time the C2 Hercules. Okay. The C2 Hercules, which I do expect is going to fire on me, but I don't think it's going to have any turret, right? It's not like the M2 Hercules. This is the one that has a turret. The C2 Hercules does not. I think it has. I don't think it even has one in the back, right? Well, we'll keep it even at the end, because this one is even more dangerous, I think, than the C2 Hercules. This is the Caterpillar, which has a turret here. However, yeah, we'll keep this one here. The C2 Hercules will be the best for the end, and probably also the most cargo, I suppose. Now, that's really an interesting ship. I really hesitated actually doing doing those missions with the Caterpillar. I have a Caterpillar, which is a loner for an Ironclad that I have, and I really hesitated doing the mission here with the Caterpillar, which is really interesting, because I was looking at the Caterpillar from a certain angle a little bit earlier, and it really looked like a Ironclad, right? From that angle, if you put 2 Caterpillars next, or at least 3 Caterpillars next to each other, then you have an Ironclad. That's basically what it is. All right, well, it's been disposed of quite quickly, actually much quicker than the Karak, so yeah, maybe a good thing I didn't take the Caterpillar for the fight, and we'll finish here with the C2 Hercules. So just alternating here, group 1, group 2, group 1, group 2, and eventually the shields are going to go down. What I'm trying to do is I'm also trying to hit the back door. You should always go for the door, front door or back door, so that then it eventually opens, and you don't have to worry about that when you go into EVA, right? EVA does look better, does function better than before, but in my opinion, from a gameplay perspective, is less practical. I know they want to make it more realistic, right? Cloud Imperium games always try to make the game, at least that's their goal, make the game more realistic. But from my experience, sometimes trying to make the game more realistic does not equate to making it more fun. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't enjoy EVA so much. I kind of get motion sickness in EVA. I end up going to the places that I don't want to go. Character gets sometimes stuck. I may get stuck later, guys, by the way. Those of you who went on Discord yesterday might have heard a call for help. A little spoiler here for what's coming later. Anyway, the ship has been put in soft death mode, and now I'm gonna try to scan it here. Now, this is also something that I wished that Cloud Imperium Games had fixed for Star Citizen 3.24. Why is it still so hard to scan a ship? I think that maybe if you're a little bit too close, it's not even scanning at all. You can see I'm trying to scan the City Hercules to see what's inside. Is there some juicy cargo inside? It will not tell. It will not tell. Scan in progress still, and still nothing is happening. There, I got to a little further away, and I still get nothing at all. So I'm going to try to get another angle, perhaps. Alright, let's try again. Looks like this time it's a little bit better. Yes. Scanning in progress still. And there we go. What do we have? We have some Quantanium, 4SU of Quantanium. Nice. Medical supplies. That's what I want. We want to have the juicy cargo. Quantanium, obviously. Medical supplies. Yes. If there's barrel or gold, yes. There's none of that here yet. Titanium, why not? I don't mind a little bit of titanium as well. But that's going to be basically it. I know there's a lot of ultraoxytocin. The thing is, with ultraoxytocin, you can sell it at Grimex. Sure. I don't want to go to Grimex. Right? Going to Grimex, that's going to be... if I have to go to Grimex, I'm going to have to mount an operation, right? And the thing with ultraoxytocin is that it's just not worth enough. If it was maize, if I was doing like a whole operation to go sell some drugs, I would not just do it for ultraoxytocin. I would do a mix of a lot of things, right? Including some maize and maybe some widow, gasping weevil eggs, and then, you know, to fill in the C2 Hercules so that the space is not out there for nothing. Yeah, maybe some ultraoxytocin, but that's basically it here. It seems that now, with those bounty hunting missions, there are now a lot of legal commodities that can be looted off those ships. So it doesn't make any sense to take the ultraoxytocin, because my plan, and that's why I'm gonna go to Seraphim Station later, and that's why I ended up at Seraphim Station last time, and I respawned at Seraphim Station at the start of this gameplay session there. My goal is to fill the inventory of Seraphim Station with legal commodities. So it can be, as I say, titanium, medical supplies, or quantanium. And once I have enough to fill, say, a C2 Hercules, for example, then I'll load in the C2 Hercules and go down planet side to Horizon and sell all the legal commodities that have been made, that I would have made from these bounty hunting missions. So I think it's a win-win, right? Because when you're doing this kind of gameplay, you end up getting some money from the bounty hunting mission, you gain some reputation at the same time, and you fill in your cargo hold, your inventory, with some of these cargo containers that you get from the loot. So that's great. I think this is a great incentive for playing the game. And if some of that cargo is risky, if some of that cargo is a little bit too valuable, or if you have too many of that cargo, then you can hire someone to help you out as an escort, or you can hire someone to help you out as, you know, someone who's going to be flying with you in a convoy as well. These are things that can definitely be done. Or you can even do those bounty hunting missions with a friend as well. I've been doing them solo. I could have done them very well with somebody else, like Zero Crusher, who wanted to play with me the other day. I'm sorry, Zero, I did not reply when you were calling me, because when I play at night, it's a bit more complicated. I'm always interrupted at night. I'm always interrupted. I got the kids, I got the wife, I got the laundry, I got so many things going on. So it's really hard for me to commit to group gameplay when I play at night. But when I play in the morning, which is now when I'm doing the live stream, maybe tomorrow in 24 hours, then that's going to be something that's going to be more possible, right? Anyway, we are getting off here that medical supplies of the City Hercules, and it looks like I have taken everything already that I wanted from the City Hercules. All the rest is going to be other types of commodities. I noticed that there's a lot of there is a lot of titanium as well in that City Hercules, but I also don't know what is in the other ship. Remember, there's also a Karak and there's also a City Hercules. Not a City Hercules, we've already done a Caterpillar that we need to loot as well. So first, we're gonna take the valuables, and then once all the valuables have been taken, if there is still some space, maybe I'll go and take some titanium. But that is, of course, if here can already see that there's quite a lot to be bringing inside the ship. I think that the 24 SCU container is going to fit inside the ship. It should, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, it does fit just right. I think that it's the 32 SCU that doesn't fit in the Corsair, but the 24 SCU is totally okay, right? Yes, now I'm wondering if there could be some extra... Oops. Uh-oh. What have I done? Yeah, sometimes can be a little bit close. I would like... I mean, technically, I could put the cargo container there, right? I think that you can definitely put more than... how much is it? Like 79 SCU in the Corsair? You can definitely put a little bit more than that. I would guess that if you really cram it, you can put 100 SCU in the Corsair. Of course, it's going to be doing some frictions inside the ship. It's going to damage it, and if you do that for too much without repairing the ship, you can blow the ship up. We've seen that before on stream and on YouTube as well, right? When I was doing a little bit too much friction in the City Hercules, trying to cram the City Hercules too much, and then boom! When I was in my hangar, it just wrecked, and then I had a big pile of rubble, a big pile of trash in my hangar that just didn't want to disappear because it's all persistent, right? So, City Hercules done. We are going to try maybe to check out the Karak. I think it's right there. By the way, a big shout out to Zero Crusher for all that awesome ERAD swag, the ERAD hat, the ERAD t-shirt, the ERAD mug. It's absolutely awesome. I'm still... I know I should have done a shop, and it's something that I'm gonna try to work on it this year. I know I promised I would have done. I'm so behind schedule, and I'm really sorry, but I'll try. Zero, I'll try. Alright, I still have that little sore throat, so I'm also sorry about it. Oh, there we go. So I had to blow up the Karak because, well, it's just impossible to go inside and get some boxes. So let's see. I wish that I could tell already what's out there from the cockpit, but if I want to find the juicy Quantanium and medical supplies, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to go outside. So I'll just position the ship here. And that's basically it. Let's go outside. Now, I know I could have taken also the elevator on the side. I just like to go through the main door. It's more practical. It needs to be open anyway to put the cargo inside. So, we got some containers already just dead ahead. So, let's see what this is. Altroxytoxin? No, I don't want that. I know people say, hey, Rad, you could make so much money with that if you take all of it. I know, but I don't want to go to Grimex and I don't want to go to the junkyard. By the way, I don't know about you guys, but I have not been able to make the freight elevators of the junkyard work so far. So that's also another reason why I'm not going there. Maybe for you it worked, but for me, it's just not something that's been working very well. But we can always try to check out what's inside. So all of the containers so far that I've seen that have been ejected off the ship are not interesting, but there should be at least a little bit of quantinium inside, or medical supplies. Hopefully they all did not blow up here. Now I'm really surprised. The ship is supposed to not even be in self-death anymore. It's supposed to have been blown up, but for some reason the door is still working. Look at that. The interior is completely destroyed. We can go inside a little bit and have a look at those cargo boxes here. What are we looking at? No, that's just copper. No, thank you. I don't want to scrap as well. We're looking at more scrap and scrap. No, thank you. If I wanted some scrap, I could buy it at Seraphim Station. There's some scrap here. Medical supplies. Here we go. Can I get it out? I don't think it goes through the hole here. It doesn't, right? Yeah, that's really annoying. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. The boxes are just not going to get out of the ship. So there's only one thing to do, is just leave it. Yeah, that's really sad. 4 SCU medical supplies, that's okay. Let's go to the Caterpillar and see if there's anything more interesting out there. Gonna have to go in EVA, at least. The good thing about the new EVA is that we don't face palm anymore when we go on a ship. That was actually a funny thing, right? When we were doing group gameplay and we were doing EVA, every time we were going back onto ships, I was looking at the people in the group and they were always like, sometimes they were even dying because they would go face first on the floor of the ships, and it was hilarious. It was really frustrating, of course, when that happened, right? But when you were looking at that, it was very funny. So, next one here, the Caterpillar. Right, so let's check it out. And let's see what juicy cargo is going to be inside. Let's see if I can scan. Yes. Aha! There is quantanium and medical supplies. That's a lot of medical supplies. Oh, yeah. There's at least, yeah, 53, right? If I can see correctly, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to fill in here the Corsair. Nice, 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 nice. All right, let's position the ship properly. Gonna have to go outside and open each of those compartments in the Corsair. Let's see. This seems about. See, this is the angle, right? That was the angle from which the Caterpillar looked like an ironclad a little bit. That's why I think building the ironclad is not going to be that difficult, because, you know, it's like a big Caterpillar, I suppose. So, where is the handle to open? Oh man, of course it's upside down. That's okay, we'll open it from... Yeah, I can see that yellow handle here. I'm just trying to get there with EVA, which is not easy. Okay, there it is, open just in front of the ship. Nice. Now, what are we looking at here? We are looking at medical supplies. That's what I wanted. Ah, it doesn't want to go out. And quantanium. Nice. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Alright, what else do we have here? Tungsten, no thank you. We'll just dispatch it and leave it away. Just like that. And more tungsten, no thank you. Now I think that the big container of medical supplies is stuck. So I have to unstuck it by removing some of the other containers, and then maybe it's going to go away, right? Medical supplies still don't want to go out. Alright, well, copper is also going away. Just like that. Goodbye. And this one is a little bit of quartz. Of course, no one wants that. Goodbye. Now, can the medical supplies come out? We're gonna have to leave the quartz here also. This one doesn't want to go out also. Maybe I'm gonna have to go on the other side. Come on, medical supplies. Oh, I think I know why. That's because it's at the bottom of the cargo grid and there's another container on the other side, right? Oh, yes. Okay, I'll try to open it here and go on the other side. It's risky. Every time I go in a caterpillar, I get stuck or there's like a bug and it's super annoying. Alright, so that's actually quite a lot of cargo here inside that caterpillar. There we go! Medical supplies! One container of medical supplies coming up right there. Nice. And we'll bring it this one as well. Come on. Come on, medical supplies. Oh, it's almost out, but it's still stuck by the other containers. Ah. So we'll have to bring everything out again. Yeah, all of that crap, corundum, just nobody wants. Of course, in the future, when we're going to have our own player bases and player crafting, these are things that players are going to want, but not right now. Okay, there it goes. Medical supplies coming up. Nice. Okay. Now, I wonder if there's anything else that I can take. Scrap, 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 scrap. Yeah, not really interested in the scrap here. And this is iron, iron, iron. No, thank you. Going to have to open maybe the other hatches here. Here it goes. What do you have for Irad there? Corundum, corundum, corundum. Lots of corundum, man. And iron, no, nothing interesting at all. I think there's another one here. No, that's the one that I opened earlier. Nothing there. Oh, yes, there's one here. Open. What do you have? Scrap, scrap, quartz. Oh, no, thank you. Scrap and scrap. Okay, and there is the front. You know, we are never too careful, right? That's why I'm checking everything so that I make sure that I don't miss out on any of the containers there. Nice little ammunition here. And we have copper, 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 copper. I wonder if there's anything behind. And I'm gonna take out some of those containers here. I was sure they were supposed to be a little bit more quantanium. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out on any boxes of quantanium. And the copper just goes away. That's one big container of copper. Come on, just go out. Like this. And this is also copper, right? No, I don't want to go there. Why am I trying to... I'm attracted to the box of copper here. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm stuck. What? Oh no! Oh no! I'm in the container! What is going on there? I'm stuck in the container. No! How is that a thing? How is that? Look at my head is coming out. This is ridiculous. No. And there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to use the tractor beam, trying to roll over. Absolutely stuck inside that container. I'm trying to shoot. I'm trying to do whatever I can. I'm stuck. Help! Help! And that is so the thing is, I recorded that yesterday, and Let's Go Easy from the Rat Club was super kind. He tried to come, and we had other issues. We had other issues because we were in a party. It's like, okay, Rat, I'm going to pull out the container, take you back into the ship, and you know, go into the station, store the ship, and you should be able to get out of here, right? It didn't work because we were in a party and we didn't see each other's markers, so he didn't know where I was, and I ended up backspacing, right? I died in that container. That's really sad. Anyway, I am back now. I'm back at the asteroids of Yela in an M50. The reason why I took an M50 is because it's fast, and I want to make sure that I get back there before anyone else comes, because that's a lot of medical supplies that I can bring home. That's a little bit of Quantanium that I can bring home, right? Quantanium is worth quite a bit of money. We've got several 100,000 of UC worth of Quantanium out there in that ship. So that's why I don't want to leave it. I don't want to leave that Corsair. I don't want to leave all that juicy cargo. I don't want to bring it home. And so, yeah, I use the common ray to try to get as close as possible. It's about 170 kilometers. And then I think, yeah, I'll be able to just fly out there maximum speed. Trying to talk to the people in the chat as well. Zero Crushers out there in the chat, telling him what's going on there, that I attacked in the container. Oh, that's so stupid. I'm probably going to be clipping this as well. I'll give that to clip of the day. Alright, trying to get back here. Come on. As quickly as possible. I like the M50. That's why I took it, right? You can get to speeds of, you know, 1400 meters per second. That's pretty good. Up, of course, ditch the M50 as soon as I'm there. Gonna have to be really careful there because it's nighttime. Now, people are gonna say, Irad, I know you hate the green space, and I do hate the green space, but we can see better the asteroids at night. Yeah, it's true. It's true, we can see the asteroids better now. I still prefer dark space, not seeing the asteroids, and having space that looks more realistic. That's what I prefer. Yeah, that looks pretty bad, that green space, in my opinion. And because of that, it's another reason why I cannot film Star Citizen Wars. I mean, that doesn't look like Star Wars at all. I mean, it looks like Star Citizen, great, but it doesn't look like Star Wars, so can't film the next part. And I suppose that's fine. I'm retired anyway from all those big videos, just doing live stream highlights, and that's basically it. So let's continue here, getting closer. I can see the marker of my dead body. I would like to recuperate my corpse if that's possible. Maybe not get stuck in a container this time, because I'm just in a noob suit here with a regular noob tractor beam, the regular small from the multi-tool, and that's all I have. So if I can get the big tractor beam, that would be nice. Otherwise, it means I'm gonna have to buy one. And if I have to buy one, that's money I'm gonna be spending and less profit. It looks like the Corsair is still there, but the wreck of the Caterpillar has despawned. Huh. But some of the cargo is still here, though. So much for persistence, right? Do you guys remember when we were told by Chris Roberts so many times, oh, you're gonna have to go to some place, you're gonna be able to do that, and then drop a bottle somewhere, and then when you come back a couple of days later, it will still be there. Well, no, it's not. That's basically 10 minutes later. No, not 10. 20 minutes later, I'm back exactly at the same place where I was. Hey, Sandgrupper, how's it going? So 20 minutes later, I'm back to exactly where I was, and the wreck of the caterpillar where my dead body was had not persisted, and my dead body has also despawned. So no, the game is not persistent at all. Sure, it's great for performance, right? Brings more stability. Gameplay, performance overall is better than before. Sure, but that being said, CIG can no longer sell us that, oh, the game has full persistence and that you still keep all the items that you leave wherever they are. No, that's not true, because as you could see, they had despawned. My body was despawned, and also the ship here, the red caterpillar, had also despawned as well. So no more persistence in Star Citizen, at least in 3.24. And because I have a little multi-tool here, I cannot place that 24 SU container, so I'll try to close the door and see if closing the door is going to work. That's basically my only solution here. It's gonna be pretty bad for the ship. Is it gonna slide? Yes, it does. Ah, and that does the trick. As long as it works. Alright, it seems like it's quite stable inside as well. Okay, well, let's get back into the pilot seat. Here we go. Wonderful. And next, I'm going to be selecting Seraphim Station, because that's going to be our destination. Seraphim Station, I'm trying to see where it is. Of course, I'm gonna have to click or press B here to get rid of the combat mode, get into travel mode. And there's a marker here. Oh, it's a direct marker to Seraphim Station. Lucky me. But you can see Planet Crusader had also despawned. It's only when you get closer to it that it spawned. There you go. You can see this is also terrible. That's definitely something that CIG needs to fix. In 3.24, planets and location despawn, and they only appear when you get a little bit closer, and that looks pretty bad. Now, sure, maybe it's great for stability, maybe it brings additional performance, but it's just something that's, in my opinion, I think it's quite immersion breaking. And if there was like one big fix that CIG needs to bring for 3.24.2, would be to make sure that we can see the planets from far away. Having green space is already pretty bad enough, but if we can't see the planets and the moons anymore, that's even worse. So we're gonna get back to Seraphim Station, and I think it's a good thing that I'm back, because the ship definitely needs some repairs. I even lost a wing in the process of fighting those cargo ships earlier. Let's continue here. I'm gonna have to get a hangar. It's not easy to see by night. Always fly by night.
Have a pleasant stay.
And there it is, the Eradicator's medium hangar. So it looks like it's on the other side of the station. That's okay, we'll go there with a little bit of afterburner. That should get us a little bit faster to our destination. Getaway granted, nice. I love, by the way, the luminosity here. We get to see the sun here a little bit from the other side of Crusader. This looks great. Okay, let's get there. I think I have my landing gear on. I'm gonna have to retract it, because that's the reason why I was a little bit too slow. Okay, we'll position the ship. Oh, it's another of these hangars where you have to go down like that. I hate that. I wish that most of the hangars were always horizontal instead of vertical. I don't like vertical again. Let me know in the chat and in the comment section down below on YouTube as well. Are you more of a horizontal hangar or vertical hangar type of person? I'd like to know that too. Alright, we're going to go down there. Nice landing. I did not hit the edge of the hangar. There's progress. So in the previous live streams, I always hit the edge of the hangars. Not this time. Alright, landing complete. Great. So, next up is going to go to the cargo area because I'm going to have to buy a new max lift. I always forget the name of that tractor beam here. The max lift, that's what it's called. Out there. Leaving the ship like this. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go straight to the cargo area and buy the max lift. I'm not going to store the ship, not going to be risking anything. We'll keep the cargo where it is. It should be able to persist. It's not going to be a long time out there in the station. So by the time I go back to buy the max lift and come back to the hangar, everything should still be as it is. Right? And where's I haven't been to Seraphim Station for a while. It used to be my home before. In 323, I was always at Seraphim Station. And before that, it was Everest Harbor. And next, let's go to the cargo center. It said it's going to be a quick trip out there. Here we go. And next, I'm going to be rushing to the shop. At the shop, I'm going to have to use the terminal right here and then go for personal weapons. Here, personal weapons, and the max lift is right there. 19,000 of a UEC. That is expensive. All because my corpse despawned. Thank you, CIG, for making corpses despawn. That really sucks. And I have not been able to retrieve my dead body in Star Citizen for a long time, by the way. So it's something that's been going on here for quite some time. Yeah. Still wearing the white suit. It's all I need. And next, I'm gonna get the cargo, bring it on the cargo elevator, and bring it down to the local inventory. So let's go to the hangars. Right there is the terminals. Come on. To find an elevator that's going to be opening here for good old VRAD. I think I heard it on the other side. Yes. Oh, of course it closes right in front of me. It's always like that. Alright, so I'm in. Let's go back into the Eradicator's large hangar. Almost there, almost there. Yes. And the ship is still here. Nice. Alright, let's get to work. So, no, not the little tractor beam. Here, medical supplies, come here. We'll just put it in front of the elevator. And once everything is in front of the elevator, it's going to go inside. So that's usually what I do. I always unload the ships in a two-step process. So the first step is to just put everything that's inside the ship outside, and then I put everything that's outside on the third elevator. So the reason why I do that is it saves a little bit of time, and also you have to use the mouse wheel a lot, right? And I find the whole process painful if you do it for... Here's just a couple of SCUs, right? Just a couple of dozen SCUs, so it's kind of okay. But when you do that with several thousands SCUs, I think that the process can be a little bit painful, if not quite painful. And I had some pains in my wrist for about a week here, testing the whole process of loading and unloading ships in Star Citizen for 3.24. Now, we're going to see that later when we'll be testing the Argo Atlas. The Argo Atlas does help Speaking of the Argo Atlas, I'm going to claim it here, and I'll just be using it in a future video, but I'll still keep it here for future missions here. So it's going to be easier to just bring and then put the cargo into the freight elevator. Alright, so I bring it here. 48 SCU of medical supplies. Very nice. Some additional medical supplies. That's 52 SCU of medical supplies. Not too shabby. And another round of medical supplies. Now 56 SCU of medical supplies. And this is the Quantinium. 2 SCU of Quantinium. I was in the impression that more Quantinium was collected from that. Oh no, that's because it's 4 SCU of Quantinium. So 6 SCU of Quantinium. My bad. So yeah, 53 SCU of nickel supplies, and 6 SCU of Quantinium. Yeah, not too shabby for one mission. Now there's another one that I did a little bit earlier, so I have additional cargo into the inventory. We're gonna check it out. Oh no, it's not on the cargo grid. Oh no, I'm making a big mess. No, I'm gonna have to put everything back on the cargo grid. Oh, that's so annoying. All right. Okay, is the Argo Atlas here? No, I have to wait for about a minute or so. That's okay. So, next, I'm going to be putting everything in the local inventory, just like that. It's being transferred into the warehouse. Okay, transfer into the warehouse. Is it working? It's working, so let's see how much there is now in the warehouse. Hey, 96 SCU of cargo for 2 missions there. Mostly medical supplies, some Quantinium, a little bit of titanium as well. I say it's pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely something to be satisfied about, I would say. All right. Okay, just calculating here. Okay, well, there's only one thing to do now. It's to bring out the Argo Atlas, and that's something I'll be using in another video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I wouldn't be able to make all of those videos without my Patreon and YouTube members and also Twitch subscribers. Those include Dr. Forbin, Zero Crusher, Deplorable Infidel, Ducky to Ducker, Shadow Rise, and Kilo. If you two want to help out the channel, any help is much appreciated. Oh no, what are we looking at here? What? Oh, no, the ship. It's too close to the edge. It's gonna be. It's, oh no, the door's going to, oh my gosh. Okay, it looks like it's stabilized now. Oh, it despawned. Yeah, this whole process here is a little bit janky, I suppose, but luckily it despawned. Okay, and next the Argo Atlas is coming. Oh my god.